Jack Ebling here with Dan Kilbridge. Press coverage in advance of the homecoming game, Michigan State hosting Illinois. Dan, the Illini, a little bit different team than it appeared they would be at the start of the season after that big loss to Missouri.
Right, with the big win at Penn State, and they played Ohio State very tough at home, so a little more than the Spartans bargained for when they saw them on the schedule at the start of the season.
What is the big difference with Illinois now compared to the team we saw at the beginning of September?
It's got to be the defense. I mean, they were pretty sorry last year. They couldn't stop anybody, and now you see their linebackers, specifically Martez Wilson, really running to the ball and getting downhill fast. They've got a decent defensive line that kind of opens that up, but I think really just the all-around defense is much improved from a year or two ago.
Illinois thinks Martez Wilson can be one of the best linebackers they have had, and that's saying something. They have a long tradition of great linebackers. Of course, Dick Butkus may be the best linebacker in Big Ten history, but also the offense has shown significant improvement.
And they do it with a lot of different guys. Their quarterback, Nathan Shieldhouse, not maybe the best passer out there in the Big Ten, but he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, got a little bit of mobility, so you have to worry about that. And then just like Michigan State, they've got three really good caliber running backs, starting with Mikel Leshore.
And Leshore reminds some people of Rashard Mendenhall, the way he's been carrying the football.
And then they've got two other guys as well, Troy Pollard and Jason Ford, and they're kind of that 1-2 punch. One's a power guy, another's a speed guy. Leshore's pretty much a combination of the two, so Michigan State's linebackers are really going to have to dig in just like they've done the past 2 weeks to stop that rushing attack.
Illinois also will try some trick plays. Don't be surprised. You saw Jason Ford pull up, throw a touchdown pass. A lot of different ways they will try to come at you. And entirely new assistant coaching staff. Ron Zook said, hey, I got to keep my job. I'm going to get some new assistants, and agreed to do that.
Right, and it's worked. I mean, credit to him, it paid off. And, they're not great in pass coverage, still a few areas to work on there, but overall just a much better body of work than we've seen. And really, you see some gutsy calls out of Zook, going for it on 4th and 1 very early in that Penn State game. The trick plays, like you mentioned, out of the option. So they've really done a lot of different things, and they're playing with some hunger right now, it looks like.
We are standing in front of Munn Field here, and this is, of course, Tailgate Central, the Michigan State campus. Tailgating began 100 years ago today, believe it or not, October 15th, 1910, and it was in Champaign at the University of Illinois. So Illinois knows how to tailgate. They also know how to spoil a Spartan season. 6 times they have cost the Spartans a Big Ten championship or an undefeated Big Ten season. 1956, 1963, 1974, 1989, and 1990. All 5 of those games cost Michigan State a share of the Big Ten title. And in 1987, when Michigan State went to the Rose Bowl the last time, their only blemish was a 14-14 tie with the Illini, and that was also homecoming weekend at Spartan State.
Yeah, so they've had their troubles. Thank God for the tailgating aspect. Not that we would know anything about that at all, but it's good. The thing I like about Mark D'Antonio at Michigan State, here's a stat: he is 3-0 after the Michigan game since he's been here. So I think he's really got his team focused, avoiding the letdown game, and they seem to take this 1-0 each week. As cliche as it may be, that's their motto, and it's something that they all seem very focused on, and it's worked for them to this point.
It used to be, Dan, that Michigan State had a history after playing Michigan, win or lose, they would play horribly the next week. Been exactly the opposite here, and it's been Michigan that has struggled after playing Michigan State. But it's prediction time. What do you see tomorrow at Spartan Stadium?
Well, I see 2 teams that like to run the ball, so you got to think it's going to be slightly low scoring. I'm going to say it's a close one. Both teams have very good kickers. I'm going to go Michigan State 27, Illinois 24.
27-24?
That's right.
Wow. Well, I predict a lot of tailgating here behind us, and I think Michigan State will win this game 33-20. A lot of people are already packing for Pasadena. They think that this season could be 12-0. Just chill a little bit, folks. We got to get to the end of the month, and then we'll talk about those kinds of things. For Dan Kilbridge, Jack Ebling, press coverage on SpartanTailgate.com.